Imagine this, you wake up, you scroll through your phone and see the headline gamers have been dreading for years. A post on the official PlayStation blog lays out a thought experiment that has become a real fear. What if starting in January 2028, physical disc production for all new games just ended? From that day forward, every new PlayStation game will be a digital online release. For those of us who love the thrill of the hunt, the feel of a case in our hands and the sight of a full shelf, this idea feels like an earthquake. It's a scenario that could either turn out collections into a priceless goldmine or a worthless plastic graveyard. So let's explore the hypothetical future. Today we're investigating what a digital online world would really mean for game collectors and if we would witness the death of collecting as we know it. So let's break down what would lead to such an announcement. The motivation is a natural direction to adapt to consumers' trends, and to be blunt, the numbers already tell this story. In their financial reports, Sony has shown a relentless trend towards digital. For the fiscal quarter ending in March 2026, a staggering 85% of full game sales on PS4 and PS5 were digital downloads. The average for the entire year was 78%. When you see that physical copies make up only 15% of sales, it's easy to see why a corporation would consider this call. This wouldn't be a total surprise, but it would still be a shock. For decades, the disc has been the symbol of PlayStation. From the iconic black CDs on the PS1 to the Blu-rays of today's, physical media has been the backbone of console gaming. An announcement like this will put an expiration date on the entire history. After January 2028, no new games will be manufactured on disc. Your local game store can only sell you download codes in a box. The existing library of PS5 games released before that date will become a finite resource. This would well run dry, and for collectors that would change everything. This isn't just about being sentimental. A decision like this would fundamentally alter the concepts of ownership, preservation and the market itself. Let's talk about ownership. When you buy a digital game, you're not buying a game, you're buying a license to access it, and that license can be revoked. It's like a rental. You pay full price. You saw the fear of becoming reality when Sony announced plans to close the PS3 and the Vita digital stores back in 2021. A decision they later reversed after a massive backlash. However, new announcements in 2026 confirm that regional closures will begin this year and complete by 2027. While Sony says you can re-download purchased game for the foreseeable future, that phase is terrifying. Foreseeable future is corporate speak for until it's no longer convenient for us. A physical disc is different. You own it, it's your property. You can lend it, trade it, sell it, or just put it on a shelf. This move will be a devastating blow to used games market, a cornerstone of affordable gaming for generations. Trading in old games to fund new ones, or buying pre-owned titles at a discount, that will be gone for future releases. Every single purchase would become a non-way transaction directly to a corporate storefront, and with no secondary market to keep prices in check. And then there's the biggest catastrophe of all, game preservation. Physical media is a tangible record of our culture history. Without a physical disc, there is no tangible record. The long-term serve of a goal becomes entirely dependent on corporate servers. Once those servers go dark for good and the game doesn't have a physical release, it could be lost to time. Accessibility only to pirates and preservationists. This isn't just speculation, it's the inevitable reality of an all digital ecosystem. We will be creating a generation of games that are designed to disappear. So we come to the central question for everyone. With a shelf full of PS5 games, would this make you rich, or are you just hoarding plastic? The answer is probably a bit of both. So let's start with the goldmine argument. With a hard cut-off date, every PS5 game released on a disc before that then becomes part of a finite, closed set. This is the number one driver of value in collectibles. Think about it, sealed complete on disc PS5 games could become retro treasures of tomorrow. the supply is now capped forever. Games that have had low print runs or came in limited collector's edition titles like the Elden Ring or God of War Ragnarok collector's editions could see their value skyrocket. Your shelf could very well become your retirement fund, a vault of playable history that becomes no sought after with each passing year. But now for the graveyard argument. This is the dark secret of modern physical media. Many discs today are not full. They are incomplete, often requiring massive day one patches or mandatory server connections just to be playable. In 20 years, when the PS5 servers are long gone, what is the disc really? It's a coaster, a key to a house with a demolished years ago. This is where the true divide will happen. Discs that contain the full playable game, independent of any download, will become the real treasures. The community project Does It Play has been tracking this for years, and their work is now more important than ever. A game that is 100% on the disc is a potential goldmine. A game that needs a 50GB patch to even run is just a piece of plastic. Your collection's values hinges entirely on which one of those you own. So what's the world future collecting like in a post-disc world? It would probably look a lot like a vinyl record market. Physical game collecting would transform from a mainstream activity into a niche. Premium hobby, it won't be for everyone, but for a dedicated and passionate base, it will be more important than ever. The primary source of new physical media would likely shift entirely to boutique publishers, companies like Limited Run Games, Special Reserve and I Am 8-Bit, who already specialise in creating high quality physical editions of digital games. Their releases, already limited, would become the only game in town for those who want a new box on their shelf. This model, small batch, high quality and expensive, is likely the future. The days of walking into a big box store and grabbing a new release for $50 are numbered. The future would be curated, premium and exclusive. So at the minute we are standing at a potential crossroad. A decision Sony to end disc production would not be the beginning of the end. It would be the end of the beginning. The era of mass market physical media would be over. What would you rise in its place in a new world for collectors, one filled with both incredible opportunity and immense risk? The games on your shelf could be either ticking time bombs of digital decay or sealed vaults of future value. The line between the two determined by one simple question: is the game truly on the disc? This potential shift forces us to be smarter, more deliberate collectors. We would no longer be just consumers, we would become archivists, curators of the last generation of physical games. The future is uncertain, and the value of our collection hangs in the balance. One thing is clear: the hunt has never been more important. So guys, I'm doing a little review on this sort of topic. I know nobody else is covering it, but people have asked me, so I thought let's just whack a video out there. Put your comments down below. What do you feel about this? Me, overall analysis of this, I am just sort of skeptical, to be honest. Yes, it favours the digital market, pushing it that way because it makes more money for them, but collectors, it's a big thing out there. It really is. I started collecting 2026 in January, and to be honest, I love collecting. I really do. I've got some really nice games, steel books, you know, sort of ultimate package deals, and I'd hate that to go away. But I'm just gonna wait and see. I'm not gonna get too hyped up about it. I really ain't. I'm gonna see what happens in 2028, because you know, this might just be, we'll put this out there just to see what, you know, customers and potential PlayStation people think, really, rather than saying it's adamant, it's set in stone, you know, because people can U-turn. You never know. So all I'm going to say is have your opinion, but make sure it's just your opinion. Nobody's right or wrong. And guys, that is literally what I'm asking you. So in the hypothetical future, what would you do with your collection? Would you sell it off or hold on to it for dear life? Or would you be out there buying more than ever? Let me know in the comments below, and happy hunting, guys.